Welcome to the sports segment on the AM show. My name is Haruna Mubarak. Now, Team Ghana has departed for France to prepare for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. The team left last night to Paris and will continue to Strasbourg, where they are expected to camp for 11 days before moving to the Games Village in Paris. Now, high jumper Kwasi Appiah was the only athlete spotted at the Kotoka International Airport, as the remaining 7 will join the team from their respective locations. Now, Rose, who won gold at the African Athletics Championships in June, is hopeful of replicating her performance at the Olympic Games. She spoke to Joy Sports editor Fentio Tahiru. Fentio.
Qualifying for Olympics is such a great experience, and I'm really happy to see myself there to compete for my country, Ghana.
Tell me about your personal target. 1.97, new personal best for you, and you just keep going higher and higher and higher. What is possible for you in Paris?
I feel like my target is like I want to jump above 197, like 197 and above, and I know for sure that I'm gonna make it, because looking at my performance I put up during the NCAA, I feel like I'll do much better. Since there is going to be like a competitive among ourselves, and we already know each other, so it's really going to be a competitive one, so it's really going to push us do our best.
And Rose, you barely lose. Everywhere you compete, you win. You won at Mauritius, you won in Accra, you won in China, even NCAA for the first time ever. A Ghanaian had become NCAA champion. A Ghanaian woman had become NCAA champion. Paris is waiting for you. What should we expect from you?
Ghanaians, like I'll say, everyone should expect me qualifying to the finals, and see myself in the podium. It will be such a great experience if at least I make it to the finals and at least get a medal. I actually didn't spend time with my family because I was in Cape Coast, and I was training towards the Olympics, because the training that my coach sent to me, the one who was supervising was in Cape Coast. So then I have to go to Cape Coast and train. And due to the training schedule, I can't go to Kumasi to see my people or my family. So that's what.
Now, elsewhere, President of Ghana Athletics, Bao Fuseni, has called on the government to improve efforts in maintaining the Koforidua Youth Resource Center. The facility, which was inaugurated in December last year, comprises a FIFA standard football pitch and 9-lane athletic track and courts for tennis, basketball, and volleyball. Victor Achutamakulu has more in this report.
Once upon a time, this was the Koforidua Sports Stadium. But after a few touches, and by a few touches, I'm talking about the addition of an 8-lane athletics track, basketball and tennis courts, a 5,000 seating capacity, a FIFA standard-sized pitch, an ICT center, a restaurant, and a counseling center. It is now known as the Koforidua Youth Resource Center. A month after its commissioning in December last year, the Director of Operations at the Office of the President, Lord Comey, announced that the facility would host this year's Independence Day celebrations. For that to happen, some structural adjustments needed to be made. In a memo, the National Youth Authority, through the Eastern Regional Coordinating Council and the Planning Committee for the Independence celebrations, informed Jubilee House that it would cost up to 2.5 million Ghana cedis to return it to its original state after the event. According to the NYA, the presidency did not object to this. Yet, 4 months after the Independence Day celebrations, Jubilee House is yet to release funds despite initial promises to cover the cost of any remodeling work for the celebrations. Although it has not been restored to its original shape, the $1.8 million facility has hosted 2 events since then: the schools and colleges games at the basic and secondary school levels.
Before then, this stadium was without seats, and now we have seats around. This has helped talents to be able to develop very well. Those days we didn't have our tartan tracks, but now we are having the tartan tracks here. And now kids have now get to know how the tartan tracks looks like. and how it is to run on them. So I praise the government for building this edifice here for us, and at least it is going to help build more talents. Although Cambodia used to develop talents, but with this facility present, I hope and believe that more athletes will come out from this side of our country.
And there is even more to come. For Ghana Athletics, this is exactly what they need to further their agenda in the region.
I know the impact will be enormous because the area or that catchment area, Koforidua, who in some part of our central region, that area, they've never had synthetic running surface there apart from now. So putting it in there, it will accelerate athletic development in the region, not only in Koforidua, but those from who we can organize a triangular competition between who OT region and Koforidua to have it there. People can also have good training facility there. So the importance of that facility in Koforidua is enormous.
There is, however, the small matter of accessibility.
If this facility will be open to them to come and use, to have a feel of the tartan tracks, to have a feel of the pitch, how a phenomenal football pitch is, that will, we are going to have a lot of talent coming out of the children, because now the older ones, I think they are grown. So we should start looking at the younger ones who will have a feel of, and I believe they should always open it up to them to use it for even for their training, not for even their competitions alone, for their training, to help them develop their talents.
I don't know whether it has been open for people to train in or not. What I heard about a month or 2 months ago, that they've not yet opened it for people to have access to it. If the situation is still the same, I will use a medium to appeal to authorities that they should open it up for people to use it.
There may be a few issues regarding the Koforidua Youth Resource Center, but this is the first multi-purpose sports facility in the region, and its possibilities are enormous.
Explore the boundless possibilities and let this stadium with auxiliary facility be the catalyst for your dreams to flourish.
For Joy Sports, Victor Achutamaku.
Now, former communications director of the Ghana Football Association, Ibrahim Sani Dara, has played down the issue regarding conflict of interest over Kwasi Appiah's positions. Appiah is in charge of Sudan, who will face Ghana in the 2025 AFCON qualifiers. However, concerns have been raised about his loyalty as he also serves Ghana football after being elected to the Executive Council. However, Sani, who is a CAF media officer, insists Appiah can recuse himself on the seat of the Ghana FA until the qualifiers are done.
I also support him that Kwasi Appiah should not resign. Why? Because, number one, I don't see the issue that people have been raising. In fact, we had a similar case with the Ghana national team. Ghana played against Serbia at the World Cup in 2010. Who was in charge of the Ghana national team then?
Milovan Rajvac.
Yeah. He was a Serb. He beat Serbia. Maybe the difference between him and Ghana is the ExCo. But there's always a case where people can recuse themselves from such discussions, and it should be a straightforward case. I think Kwasi Appiah being in charge of Sudan and also being in the ExCo would add a lot of good to Ghana football. An example is just simple. There are now about 3 Sudanese players joining Kotoko, for example. It is through his ingenuity. The learning experiences he would have in Sudan, he will bring it back as a Ghanaian to impact on Ghana football. So I don't see, if there are any issues of, let's say, people would think perhaps conflict, he can recuse himself from those meetings and carry on as usual. He's not on the Black Stars Management Committee. He doesn't take day-to-day decisions.
Well, some Ghanaians are in disagreement. They are insistent that Kwasi Appiah must resign from his role as the GFA Executive Council member.
Appiah being an ExCo member at the same time, coach of Sudan. I think GFA need to terminate that contract immediately. Because why Kwasi Appiah will still be an ExCo member at the same time in Sudan coaching? No, you can't do that. It has never happened in any country in this world. At least they must show maturity. They must terminate the contract fast. Because Ghana, we need improvement too. The football, we all like football. But if this kind of things they happen inside GFA and they watch them, they move that way, my brother, it will affect us.
I believe that Kwasi Appiah should resign because there are a lot of information where Kwasi Appiah might feed our counterparts. Because these were people that we are going to meet. And raising concern on football, you know what things goes. There are certain things that are being made secretly so that your other opponents will never see what is going on. So Kwasi Appiah being on both sides, I don't think it will help Ghana.
Kwasi Appiah can still be the head coach of Sudan and part of the ExCo. Yeah, he can. There's no problem with that because he's part of the technical team of Sudan and not executive member of the Sudanese Football Federation. So basically, with GFA, it is only executive position he's having. They deliberate on maybe financial side or how to improve various football like the Cones, Division 1, Division 2, and the Premier League, not the national team.
He should resign from the GFA position he has now, so that if he concentrate on the Sudan job, he concentrates on it, because he can't be the head coach of Sudan and be part of the GFA board, whilst we and Sudan are in the same group for the next AFCON qualifier. So I think it will be better for him to resign from the Ghana GFA board. Yeah.
So far as he's heading the Sudanese national team, I think he should resign from the GFA ExCo. That will help us, because if we didn't do that, the strategies that we want to use against the Sudanese, maybe being the member of the ExCo, it might affect our strategies. And he's our ex-coach before, so he might give them one or two information against us. So I think him resign will be our best. He should resign.